Welcome everybody to our weekly weird openings rapid stream. It's Wednesday morning. We're taking challenges here. Nice. Sumahara with the 10 plus 5. XL Poker, good to see you. Glad your boss gave you a week off to play some chess. Right? Alright. We got challenges from the East. Dueling donkeys. They're pretty strong. At least we get to warm up with the lower rated of the two, which is Sumahara and then XL Poker. 10 plus 5, guys. 7 plus 5 minimum time control. That's probably the preferred, since today I don't have quite as much time as on Mondays and Fridays. What is up, everybody? I'm up. It's Wednesday morning. Astrobate's not online. Probably overslept. So XL Poker had to take, yeah, I guess the faster time control, because I just have less time. I have to leave around 2:15, but you know, I really don't want to discourage people from taking, you know, if you force me to choose, you're welcome to challenge me at the longer time control, but probably 7 plus 5 is better on Wednesdays because I have slightly less time. We can play a few more games, or maybe just one more game, but yeah, let's do it. Very hot, dude. I don't know how it is in Germany, but here, man, we've got like heat wave. All right, weird openings Wednesday. So I was thinking that's the first danger. Oh man, you got 14 degrees Celsius. You're like, well, you were living in Sweden, so you're like on the north coast of Germany. North Sea temperature, 14 degrees Celsius. Nice. Nice. It's like in the 30s here. I decided to try E3. I played this like a reverse French, but I saw some other weird ideas. This is what I was experimenting with yesterday. It's good. I think it's very good for your game to experiment with weird openings. It helps you familiarize yourself with different structures. You could just play chess. You don't play positions. You play the game, you know. Yeah, I think I had the exact same game yesterday. I did something weird though. I played d4, and principally speaking, you should take with the pawn, but I decided to take with the knight, just to be creative. Well, there's an idea I have here, okay? It's pretty weird, but if black pushes, you play you play knight d4. And if black plays c5 like an Alyakin's defense, you don't go to b3. You actually go back to e2. And maybe the pawn on e4 can be attacked by like knight g3. It's not great, but it's not that stupid either. It has some unique ideas. So I'm not just like making this up completely. I mean, I'm not saying it's good. D4 is a reverse French, obviously. B-Jock said it's 40 there? Whoa, are you serious? Really? In Belgrade? Or in the area? That's crazy. I don't really like Bishop E5. Now we just have kind of weird English. I was hoping for E4. Knight g1. I can play knight d4 as well. Oh, that's funny. This is my daughter against me in live like giant pieces chess last week. She had this position with white against me, and the game was e4, knight d4. I think it was this position. I think it was this position, believe it or not. E4, yeah. E4, knight d4, knight d4, pawn d4. And I played d5, or maybe knight f6. But if white plays knight g1, it's actually like a reversed... I don't know what it is. I was going to say Flora Mechanics English, but black hasn't played c5, so I don't know. It's not. It's like a Brooklyn variation. It's probably not good, in other words. Okay, maybe knight g1 is not good. I have to play like my daughter did with knight d4. Yeah, Bijak, it's not really 40. It's 35. It's like 30s, low 30s here. It's probably a little bit cooler than Italy. And Tony said it's 35 in Italy yesterday. And there's articles about like heat waves here in the news. I can check it now. It's not reached the hottest. It will be this afternoon. This afternoon's going to be very hot. This is why I don't like to be in Budapest in the summer. So, yeah, we're getting up to 95 Fahrenheit, 96 Fahrenheit. Let's see. Units of measure. Okay. Yeah, we're getting up to 36 today. But I just transposed to English. You know, I didn't really want... I wanted to play weird openings. The London temperature is really 17 Celsius? Are you serious? What? London is only 17? Well, XL Poker said he's 14. It's 30. It's 32 here now. It will go up to 36. The heat of the day. It's been a little hard to work under these conditions, I have to say. I'm like sweating on my... I'm sweating on my desk. I had to bust out a towel. I'm like, why am I sweating all the time? I'm not used to just like sweating for no reason. But yeah, we really need to call the air conditioning repair guy. So I'm playing reverse Skaveningen for something new and totally different. Speaking of cool temperatures, I know I can't pronounce it correctly, but Scheveningen or Skaveningen, it's probably about 14 degrees now. That's on the North Sea, right? Classical Scheveningen, or however you pronounce it. It's a really weird Dutch name. Reversed, an opening I used to play a lot. Bishop b4. So basically Sumaher is playing e4 even though he's a d4 player. I guess that's good. I had a similar position the other day with black, but it was with g6 instead of e6. I could have played g3 instead of e3 to have more of a reverse dragon setup. The problem with those positions is that black always is like plopping a knight into d4 in your face all the time, which is annoying when you play the dragon. You don't have any control over the d4 square with the pawn, so This is a reversed, Bishop G4 is reversed Lengyel-Bela variation. It's called the Richter attack. This is a classical Sicilian. I think there's a lot of value in playing reversed openings against certain opponents. Maybe they don't have a good response prepared. I mean, E3, it's like the perfect move to take people out of book. It's better than like C3, which doesn't contribute much to the position. It's probably better than B3. Maybe not, but it's not worse. I also like playing like reverse Queen's Indian. Yeah, now the moment of truth. To be honest, this is a kind of modern thing. Classical wisdom was always like you never take on C6 in the Sicilian. But computers really like doing this, and it's starting to have an influence on top level Grandmaster play. We see some variations of the Sicilian where it's becoming more and more common to make this exchange. Caruana did it against Carlsen in the last his World Championship match. Wasn't it? Well, anyway, I don't remember, but he's done it before. So if I take with the bishop, it's very safe. If I take with the pawn, I mean, I have like a more combative position. But this bishop is really sucking. I'm going to do pawn takes for the sake of the stream to have a more interesting game. But if I was like playing a Grandmaster, I would probably play bishop takes c3. 29 months for HTFP. How's the temperature there? USA. East Coast USA. Right? Are you still in Massachusetts? HTFP? My former stomping grounds? You have heat waves? Heat the bishops. Yeah, well these guys are, this guy is overrated. I even have a name for that piece. It's the Ghost Bishop. But right now both my bishops are just wrecking black here. Look at that. Look at that scope. Bishop d6 is normally the move. Look at the scope of the white bishops. It's unbelievable. And then the most tricky thing is like, how do you play the structure when you have this in the Sicilian? D4 leads to a French type of structure. E4 is okay, but it gives black breaks with like C4 and F5. If you play C4, it's an option. You have to watch out for E4, maybe breaking up your own structure. So the situation is very tricky. I can play like a non-committal move here, like bishop e2. I don't know, man. I mean, he put his bishop on d6 instead of e7. He supports the e5, but now he's got a problem. Ladies and gentlemen, I introduce you to the French defense, right? We are now playing the French defense. All you Caro Khan fans out there. Is this a Caro Khan? It's a French, right? Wowie zowie. Alright. I don't know. Guys, support the future world senior champion. Please donate and support my efforts to take over the world. And he put his bishop on e6. Tipsy Tune, welcome. I was thinking about h4, of course. Could you read my mind? But I mean, I think h4 goes hand in hand with knight f4. Actually, Excel Poker. I'm not sure like one is better than the other. You might say that h4 is a little more committal. But it's not like he's going to play g5, right? He could have played maybe bishop d6 here. h4 idea, bishop h4, queen h5, of course. Yeah, this is terrible for black. He just like resigned structurally. Oh yeah. He's got c5. Damn. Now it's degenerated into a blitz game, but I mean, white's structural advantage is like devastating. There's no way he should survive this. This is a great classical Sicilian. It's like the worst carafage in the world. I don't know, man. This is really, really bad for black. But I don't want to get blockaded. And he has c4, c5. I want to pick up the pawn clean with queen g4, but he has queen d5, which is an issue. He's kind of threatening to hang in there on me. The queen d5 is huge. Queen a5, queen h5, I mean. Queen h5, rook f5. Queen c2, queen b1. Queen c2. Hello. He has some hope. What's up, Arsenal? Now that not a move I expected. Wow. Wow. Amazing idea. This may call for like dramatic. This calls for dramatic. Is this crazy? It's pretty crazy. I didn't like the look of g3, queen f6, but I think I messed up. Yeah. No, maybe not. I didn't like g3, queen f6, but I had f4. Shit. Damn it. That was it. Just missed f4. I'm an idiot. Damn. I should have just done the other line. I didn't see f4. I started panicking. This is pretty good, though. Dude, my king is very safe. My queen is centralized. My structure is solid. It's an unnecessary risk to lose my right to castle, but still white is better. No, bishop c1 failed, man. The problem was queen f3. That was my original plan, and that's what I spent so much time thinking on. He plays queen f3, doesn't he? And bishop c1. Yeah. That's what I saw at the last minute. My king's pretty safe here, man. I've been playing the birds opening a lot, and so this is like, hey, that's a pretty safe square for your king, man, to be honest. I can deal with that. I have the shield here. The nuclear shield. It's like a lead. Lead suit. Kevlar vest. You can't break through the Kevlar vest. Oh no, I gave him 93. I'm such a fuck up. Damn it. I may still be winning, but by only the most microscopic of margins. If I'm even winning. I gotta give him credit, man. Like, tactically, he's on. He's very resourceful tactically. What he did, like, strategically is an abomination. And trading queens wasn't a good idea either. I missed f4. So bishop h4 g3 is just, like, terrible for him. Juicebox, thanks for gifting a sub to Irrational. Okay, clearly rook f2. Knight d2. So I have to play rook f1. This kind of sucks. He's gonna draw. Just rook takes. Rook changing rooks. Easy draw. Just kidding. Sees everything. The ghost bishop. Still a factor. Got two bishops. Juicebox gifting another tier 1 sub. To Lady in Black 90. Haven't seen Lady in Black in a while. He sees everything. He didn't fall for the bishop takes h7. He sacked his pawn. But this is on. This is on, bro. Shit, you think he had something there? With the pawn takes f3? I mean, it really does sound like there could be something there. He's playing in the spirit of Uncle Paraplegic. Everybody's favorite uncle. Alright, but we won't joke about that here. Oh no, this has to be good for me. He's all in. His knight has no squares. But it's going to be supported. What about a3? What does he do after a3? He has bishop e7. Jeez. Seriously. Oh man, it's annoying. There's like no easy way to finish him off. No rook sacks. Maybe now if I'm like threatening to play e4, finally. Damn, dude. c5 is a seriously combative move. That's awesome. I think I'm gonna have to take it. There goes the structure. Somebody could get mated around here. Excel Poker was talking about, look at those bishops. Earlier in the game. Hey, that's a nice bishop pair. Phew. It's all fun and games. Somebody loses an eye. Gotta watch the rook takes b3. Rook e8. Well, that's a better try. This is an awesome position. Look, Ma. I guess rook g7 is more accurate. Alright, that was the first game. Damn, dude. I've been streaming for like almost half an hour. Dude, you didn't take b2? I just want to see that one position. That's crazy to let me do that. But anyway. Yeah, this is a very similar position to the Carl-Clyde iteration in the classical and Sicilian, where the F file becomes a thing. If I had one more move, he's like completely dead. But I suspect I'm winning. I didn't see exactly how. Queen g4, queen d5. It seems to hang on. Queen a4, queen c2, finally the move I played. Bishop b2 is like solid. This is the problem though. Here. Holds everything together like a glue. So here, and then bishop h4. I didn't expect that. I expected here with the idea of queen f5. I was actually looking at sacking a pawn. Is this sacking a pawn? Oh, yeah, it's not really sacking a pawn. Okay, he's got a bad position. His knight is out there on the edge of the board. Yeah, so bishop h4 double question mark. But I missed something. Oh shit. On queen f6, I can just take. Not f4. Maybe Excel Poker's right. This is actually not clear. And I can't take on h4. But Arsenal's bishop c1 in a different position, of course. Queen f3. This is what I didn't like. I could have lived with it. Yeah, this actually would work. Yeah, there's a lot of solutions. What I did was kind of extreme. But as I said, I've been playing a lot of birds. Birds openings. Guys, I'm playing the World Senior in November. Please donate, support my trip. Oh, Arsenal just submitted a game for tomorrow night's stream. Alright. I think you're in the list already. Thanks, man. You're in the list, brah. Is that from the 4NCL? I'm white again. White again. Have you had time to stream at all? Arsenal, not really? Arsenal fan. Yeah, the Karo Khan, dude. It's so brutal. So we're supposed to play unusual openings. I was trying to think of an interesting idea, and I haven't played in a while, or obviously there's more options on move 2, but Excel Poker likes the Black Mardeemer. We already had an f3. I forgot. That's ruled out. Okay, let's try something weird. The Trompowski. Trompowski Panov. The Panowski. It's a Panowski. This is done in the Exchange Slav, so why can't I do it here? Why? Ask why. Sumaher also plays the Karo Khan. He's probably watching carefully. Preparing his anti-Panowski defense. Knight f6, the resolute knight f6. Anyway, inviting bishop takes f6. So actually, that's really like close to a Trompowski. Thanks, Arsenal. No, this might transpose to a known line if I play c3, knight c6, bishop d3. I don't know, taking right away. He's going to take with the G pawn. I don't really like giving up my bishop. We could play knight c3, it becomes a Veresov. Not really an unusual opening, but it is for me. Seems lame to exchange on f6. That's actually a transition to a Veresov. If I play knight c3 here. Levitsky, that sounds familiar. Shoe cleaner. This is a Veresov / Trumpowski, where black has played like c5 and exchanged on d4, and I've taken back with the e pawn. I've had this position with black. I guess it's best qualified as a Veresov rather than a Trompowski. Levitsky. The name's kind of familiar to me. I feel like we have a Levitsky here in Hungary who's a master. Or like a Tibor Levitsky. Monica Lewinsky. Right. So if I play queen h5, you take, I castle queenside, you play e5. Is that a real thing? Is that a real thing, Master? Queen h5, knight takes d4. The problem is like castles queenside, e5. Then what do I do? I have knight b5 there. Take it down, bro. I have knight b5 there. What does it do? Just crushes. Doesn't crush. It crushes or it doesn't crush? Man, I don't know. Is this a thing? The Armenian Grandmaster Melikset Kashian used to play this. I remember we had a couple of blitz games where I was black in this line. I also beat Oliver Mihawk's dad. I've definitely never played it with white though. Thing is, I wasn't sure about this. Knight takes d4. Maybe it doesn't work for him. I was calculating something weird. Knight d4 castles queenside e5, knight b5. But maybe he has some kind of simple solution there. Like bishop c5. I just didn't calculate it. Let's see, like takes, c3, bishop takes f2, bishop e5 check, king e7, you know, stuff like that. But no matter what, like, there will be some messy lines where black king is, you know, you always, like, have a problem with the king. It's a big issue. I've lost a lot of games with black in the GF trompe lines, although I have a good score overall. There are a lot of tricky situations you get into. This is a much safer move. This transposes to my game with Mihawk's dad. After castles queenside, this is like a main line. But Excel Poker has to know what he's doing here. FM. Another FM destroyed. No, that's not the usual move. But it's certainly not very friendly. I guess we want to get our pieces out. We had a whole team of Vietnamese players here in Budapest 15 years ago. And they were like sharing their opening ideas, and a lot of Trumpowskis were going down. I had games with several of these guys and had a tough time. I had one game, this type position. I definitely didn't play Queen A5 though. See, like, what does he do with his king? You have to sack this pawn in some lines. Like, not really though. You're not going to do that. 2 knights versus 2 bishops. Chigorin. Yeah, I mean, King B1 is passive though. Yeah, sure, it's a normal Sicilian move. It also gives me knight, you know, ask Jababa. It also gives me knight C1. Yeah, this is a decent system for white. But objectively, black is fine. I just found it hard to play with black because, like, you got to decide when to castle, how to defend F7. Instead of playing Queen A5, what I like the best is F5, because you want to stop G4, and then I bring the queen out and like offer a trade of queens over here. This is a known idea to play F5, Queen F6. You do have to watch Knight B5 though, coming in over on that side. So it's a little tricky. No, that's what I do. I play F5, Queen F6, and threats of Queen H6 check, etc. Once you like trade the queens, white doesn't have that much attack. What should I do? Like G4? Do I have time for this? If I play F4, he can play F5. So first I want to prevent F5, and then play for the pawn break F for F5. That's what Kashian did against me in these like blitz games, I remember. See, the nice thing is when you play positions where you play both sides, you can use ideas that your opponents used against you. I've always only played this position with black. Now this is like kind of crazy passive decision. But maybe not that bad. Alright. I mean, objectively, white's got to be better. Slightly safer king. Let's have the plan. The man, the plan. What would Chigorin do? Actually, Arsenal fan, yeah. Chigorin player. Came back. 1 hour early Super Blitz Arena, like easily. What? You won an hourly Super Blitz? Nice. Welcome everybody to the stream. Juice Box Wizard is gone. He just dropped 2 gift subs and he's out. Is he watching? Potato Head, LOL, LOL. Got challenges from Leon, Arsenal fan Luke Skywalker. I never thought about it. It's Luke. He's Luke Skywalker. It only occurs to me now. Knight takes d5. I like Arsenal fan's suggestion. With the king b1. Seems like a rational thing to do. I could take on d5, but he has queen a2. Got good coordination here. Very nice. How come he's always ahead on time? Christ. Ah. Cracky crab. Where's my time? Whoa. Easy there. Did I ever have a tactic? Not fair how fast he is. I feel like 92 was a very uninspired move. Whoa. See, this is the problem for black. At the end of the day, his king is in the middle of the jungle, you know? Even if he's, like, somehow got some chances, he's never completely safe. This is like the Vietnamese guys would do to you. I'd be like chilling in the middle of the board with my king, and there'd be all these tactics. And if you miss one tactic, you're a dead man. How do I finish him off here? It's not fair. could have taken the 2 rooks. E7 was blunder. He should have gone for rook E8. It's just like way harder to play black's position when your king is exposed. Even if objectively he's okay. I don't think anybody's going to play queen a5. It's a kind of random move, but it's probably okay. It's probably not that bad. So I can't take here. That's straight crazy. Nobody took the pawn. It's actually viable. But you have to come back, okay? This is interesting. It's not that bad for black. But I was thinking about this, and I was going to play like knight b5. But this isn't so good. You have to play knight f3. Yeah, it's over. Here. Damn. That's crunchy. Gotta have your crunchy piece sacrifices ready. c4? I had that move? Yeah, I didn't like knight d2 either. Wow, c4. What does it do? I don't understand. Like, he takes the rook, doesn't he? I should have played rook c1, threatening c4. Now I'm really threatening c4. +4. Wait, where did I play knight d2? Here? You don't mean this. I don't get it. Like, he just takes with the rook. I mean, he's like defending here, you know, it's a game. But it's never easy to play. I mean, I think it was kind of crazy what he did with knight, you know, knight d8. Amateurs. No, Excel Poker's a good player, but he doesn't have the, you know, the professional never makes a risky move. This isn't that bad though, you know. It really isn't that bad for black. I just don't think it's the right thing to do. I mean, one of the things is that you really want to be able to castle eventually. So anyway, I think I played bishop d7, but I was wondering about f5 right away. This is my game with homie's dad. What I can't remember is if I played queen f6 right away, or if I played bishop d7 because I was worried about this, and only like then played like queen f6 here. I think this was my game. It's one of the only good ways to defend the f7 pawn. And you have ideas of both queen moves over here. Notice that like white has never won a single game in this line. But I don't think f4 is necessarily the best. The computer likes it. Now it's changing its mind to bishop b5. Maybe that's better. You know, it's similar to the Jabava London. It's a system. Alright, Leon is a subscriber. I think he got gift sub. No, maybe not. Maybe he's not a subscriber, but whatever. trying to play weird openings. It's not mandatory to play stupid stuff. Just simply optional. I should play e5 or d5. The Kadash. Did you get Q jumped? Nobody gets Q jumped here. Yeah, I've done crab versus lobster. But I don't want to be too silly. You know, I'm trying to be principled. I want to play weird openings, but I want to play principled chess at the same time. So we don't do the h4 here in this stream because it's too crazy. And that's beyond weird, that's bad. There's weird and then there's just like bad and unsound. Bad and unsound is going too far. So it's he's playing the h5 randomly in the what's it called? Whatever that someone unsound opening is. What is this gambit called? The Albin, thank you. Jesus Christ, what is wrong with my brain? Albin. It's on the tip of my tongue every day. Albin, Albin, Albin. The albino. Some white in an Albin, whereas the extra move h5. I guess, you know, fianchettoing kind of loses some of its gusto. Albin and the Chipmunks. Yeah. Good morning, guys. We're only streaming till like 1:15 today because I gotta go. No tricking me into staying longer. Guys, November, we're playing the World Senior Championship. Information has been released. 11 rounds Swiss. 50 plus World Championship. We're there in Italy. Support the Sladgy. We got 137 days to raise the money for my buy-in. Alright, A4. But this is... we're good, right? Should I not play E6? The anti-Albin. I like bishop e7. But I guess there's more than one way to skin a fish. Pawn takes d5, knight takes d5, queen d5 drops a piece. Pawn takes d5, bishop f6. Pawn takes. This feels safer. Italy's expensive. No, I don't know, man. It's probably not a lot different from Hungary. It's probably a little more expensive than Hungary. You can buy a house for €1 in a lot of villages. They have that program. I've seriously thought of like buying a house in Italy. Before the political situation here goes more sideways. What if I buy real estate in Hungary and they like leave the EU, you know, and then all like property values like fall. Property values just like drop like rocks. Seriously, if Hungary like left the euro tomorrow, Like, how much would property values drop? I just wondering. You know, what do you guys think? How much percentage would property values drop? That's like exactly what would happen, dude. If I bought a property in Hungary, like the next day Viktor Orban would like leave the EU, and my property would be worth like 30% less than it was the previous day. That's the kind of luck that I have, you know. The weirdest stuff happens when I make decisions to like buy or sell stuff. There's been talk, you know, I was no, they'll never leave the EU, but I'm not sure. You know, we're not sure. They're waiting, exactly. It's a conspiracy. Orban would probably like to put the European Union behind him. They're just a pain in his ass. But I don't know, man. It's a very complicated issue. Hungary gets a lot of money from the European Union, but they also have been a major thorn in the government's side. So it's a double-edged issue. Like, in a way they want to leave, but in a way they need the money, so I don't know. But I'm just thinking, talking about Italy, I thought about like buying a house in Italy. The current government is far right. They're the model for far right parties, basically. It's a one-party system. There was an article in the Washington Post or New York Times last night about it. Not about it, but what was it I was reading? Oh, I was reading an article about how the American far right went so extreme, and they draw parallels. Usually the parallels are to Hungary. It's a really complicated question, how far right became so extreme. But Hungary is like the model for it. We're just winning this. This is a very dubious. The article that I read was very interesting. A lot of people like to draw the parallel between like the far right and the Nazis or like Mussolini. But this writer made an interesting parallel. He said it's actually not that much like. It's not as much like the Nazis or fascists. It's more like the KKK. If you compare modern far right parties, like the second coming of the Ku Klux Klan, all the motivations, the philosophical ideas behind it is a better parallel than actually the fascists. I didn't answer the call from Biden. Sorry, I missed him. Good one. He fell off his bike. Yeah, I'm getting driven crazy with thinking about politics. I got distracted. But this is such a winning position. See, that's dangerous sometimes. You get into situations where you have such a good position that you start to like not take the game seriously enough. Excel poker. I lost my focus. You obviously understand. As a competitive poker player too. how important it is to maintain concentration. If you start to let up, like I'm letting up mentally, it's hot here and I'm tired. I didn't sleep well. I'm talking about politics. Yeah, I'm losing my concentration. You gotta focus. It's hard to focus. That's the key, though. I think one of the keys to success in competitive chess is staying focused. White played such a bad opening, though, that I kind of like went on to autopilot. Anyway, it was just a really interesting article. I think it was in the New York Times. I don't remember the name of the author. It was a short, like 2-3 page article, but I really liked it. But basically, it's like it's not like casting stones, but trying to understand how the world, how politics became so extreme. You know, why is the conservative, how did the Republican Party in the United States become so extreme? There's a lot of history involved, and it happened. You know, it started happening like way earlier than you would think. A lot of people like don't realize this goes back to like the 90s. It really started in the 90s. I highly recommend checking out yesterday's New York Times. I just can't remember the author's name. Everybody like looks back and thinks like, oh, the 90s were so, you know, oh, everything was great. And dude, the conservatives started to become very, very extreme even back then. They were like blocking, when Clinton was president, there's a lot of crazy fucked up shit that happened even in the 90s. Yeah, really, with Clinton era. It's easy to forget about that. Boom! Look at this bishop f6. See, the problem is I wasn't really interested in politics in the 90s. I was like going to school, partying, and Mr. Bean's fault. It was all Mr. Bean. I was never interested in politics back then. Just playing chess. Anyway, that's it for politics today. Politics today. Ripun Bansal. Arsenal fan. Someone else snuck in front of you? That was a terrible opening by White. What are we going to play today? Against Arsenal fan. Arsenal, the fan. Petrov? Oh, dude. If I play the Petrov, he plays the stupid Nimzovich variation. Right? No, we're not going to do that. I like that Arsenal doesn't play bishop c4. Let's play something interesting in the Spanish. Thank you for playing bishop b5, because bishop c4 can get old really fast. Let's play a Schliemann. Been a while since I had one of these. Can't believe we're talking about Reagan. Guys are making me feel young. D3. I didn't understand anything about politics when I was a kid. My parents voted for Reagan. They were kind of middle of the road Republican, but old school style, not this extremist. Modern Republicans. That's funny though, my dad voted for Reagan and then turned around and voted for Clinton. Like that was the end of his support for the Republican Party. I think like when when Clinton ran for president was my dad's like first time in his life he ever voted for a Democrat. He liked Bill Clinton. I just didn't understand anything about politics in those days. So D3, yeah, this is all the rage. Stop talking about politics. This is a chess stream. I tried D6. Nah. But I mean, Reagan was charming, you know? It wasn't like so fake on the surface like Donald Trump. I mean, he had the charm. He was an actor. He was a real actor. I mean, he was relatable. He was more of a human being than politicians today. But it was a less extreme time, I guess. I remember when Reagan was shot when I was a kid. Did they let the guy out of prison who shot Ronald Reagan? Didn't that just happen? Did he just get released in the last few months? He has a Twitter? Wow. Are you serious? He has a Twitter? I mean, I guess once you serve your time. Yeah, I mean, well, he basically, like, ruined his whole life. But if anything else, if nothing else, he got notoriety, right? He lost, like, 40 years of his life to get notoriety. Now he's reaping the benefits. Yeah, what's up, Bob? But Silicone Boobs, you're not Bob, right? Where's Bob? Have you seen Bob? Do you want me to play D6? Is that what you're saying? Oh, God. Which is worse? I don't think his castles are the sharpest move. I think, like, they have sharper moves. Queen D3. You don't know any Bobs? Alright. Good. That's better. So everyone always expected that you were Bob. That's what they all say. Hold on a sec. What if I play bishop e6? Isn't he supposed to, like, take over this diagonal? Like, grab it while the getting's good? Speaking of silicone boobs. Alright. But anyway. All jokes aside. Are we allowed to joke about stuff? Knight to g5. It's very subtle. I'm preparing to castle kingside. How do you feel about that? Oh. Nice. Really wish I knew what I was doing. I wish I wish I actually knew what I was doing. That's what I wish. Do you have a better idea? H6? Jesus. I have time here. That's the guy's name? What are you talking about? That's not his name. What are you guys talking about? What, did he change his name? Okay, I don't want my structure ruined. It's not his name. Are you sure? Maybe it is. Yeah. I don't know, that doesn't sound right. No, now you're getting it mixed up. I think you had it right the first time. John Hinckley shot Reagan. Okay, yeah. No, you got your murderers mixed up. Well, he didn't actually murder Reagan, but he didn't actually... Wait, someone died? No one died. How was it? Did anyone actually die when he shot Reagan? No one actually died, right? So he's technically not a murderer. Attempted murder. Failed murderer? I can't remember. Did anyone die? Didn't he shoot like 3 people? Brady. Dude, Brady didn't die. He was like brain damaged. That was the point of the Brady bill. But even he didn't die. You still can't get convicted of murder if people don't die. Alright guys, I gotta eat and then I'll head to the poker tables. Poker tables? Like real tables? Or virtual felt? I don't like this one bit. I feel like I'm playing the Dutch. This is a really weird Dutch, man. Wow, Brady's death was ruled a homicide? Dude, that's crazy. "33 years later?" Man, that's highly debatable. I mean, I don't know. I understand the political ramifications of it, but that seems debatable to me. You can't really rule it a homicide. I mean, you can, but I mean, is that... That seems... That wouldn't have affected the sentencing, though, would it? Or did that change the sentencing, like, posthumously? Seriously? "33 years later?" Of course he could have died by then. But did they change the sentencing, I wonder? Can you do that? It's amazing that Brady lived that long. Damn, 2008, 2014? He lived till 2014. I mean, you have to argue that, like, honestly, I don't think his, like, insurance company is paying out, man. Seriously. Oh, man. Queen h5 is coming? Seriously? I keep saying seriously too much. It's not so simple. If you think about Brady's age, I would assume like he reached the natural average age for his lifespan. If he lived till 2014, given his age, a lot of people don't even live that long. But I mean, you know, the guy was like a vegetable. He couldn't talk normally. He wasn't really a vegetable. He couldn't communicate, right? So you're going to lose a piece here? Did you realize that? You're okay with that? That's cool? I think Arsenal's banking on bishop f7 and going to an ending where he's better. Or at least not worse. But what if I play king d8? Ah, I'm gonna get brutally mated. No. Yes. Oh my god, I have to do it. Damn. That sucks. I thought I could play king d8 and try to get away. This is an insane game by white. Dude, Arsenal is amazingly talented. At least see a match between Arsenal and Hey It's Miro. I guess Arsenal is slightly favored. Arsenal's like he's dropped some weight. Under 2200 rapid. Been hitting the keg a little too hard. Why are we talking about random stuff in the stream? That's good. Block my bishop. Brilliant. Maybe it was better to put the king on e7. Jeez. A lot more questions than answers around here. Don't really like this. Let's talk about chess. Can we talk about the chess, please? Chess police? This was a bad opening. What did I do? Napo's gonna win. Oh, goody. Another... Magnus is just like... I can't wait for another, like, boring destruction in the Palmiachi. Check. Yeah, I want Fabi to win too. But Nakamura had to beat him and then lose to Rajabov. Spoiler alert. Team Napomniachtchi. Dude. This position is just gross. Yeah, like, what's the deal with Fabiano? This is bad. I mean, if he can't win that, then what is he going to win, you know? I've been there. Not a pleasant feeling. You know, you can't win a winning position. I don't understand what the deal is with the time control. You know, I really don't understand. How can FIDE just arbitrarily make it no increment for the first 40 moves of arguably like the most important tournament in the world? I'm going to the World Senior Championship. In November. Yes, the time control is 40 moves and a 30 seconds per move increment. Like every other tournament. Every other major tournament in the world. But suddenly for this tournament, they're making it no increment. Is that weird? Right. First 60 moves, yeah. Like, what is that? Where does that come from? I mean, conspiracy theory. This clearly favors certain players in the tournament, and it's not really a secret. That's so sus. Seriously. I mean, I love conspiracy theories, like most people here. But this is a legitimate one. Why would just this tournament arbitrarily, subtly not have an increment for the first 60 moves, when every other major event in the world has one? Isn't that a little weird? Even Hikaru was like surprised when he found out about it. Dude, that'd be cool if Kasparov played in the World Senior Championship. But that's not gonna happen, man. Imagine if there was an increment, the results would be completely different. The Palmiachtchi and Hikaru wouldn't be the favorites necessarily over Caruana now. Yeah, it's totally obvious. What I was asking on my stream a couple days ago was like, in all honesty, um, who makes that decision? It seems very suspect to me. Clearly favor a certain player or certain players. I'm surprised Caruana's dad isn't getting in there. He made me lose a lot of rating points. I have no problem with Fabiano. I didn't really like his dad though. The guy was extremely pushy, and he got like the chess federation to change the way like tournaments were rated. He made the U.S. chess federation start rating foreign tournaments for USCF points. It was crazy. But anyway, totally unrelated factoid. Are we having fun yet? That's not funny. You're making stupid jokes, Asterbate. Alright. I've equalized. Brutally dragged around. This was awful. Can we go? Can I go soon? I have like 40 minutes left. I just want to see the opening to know what I did wrong. Is knight g5 theory? Wow, bishop e6 dubious. Wow. Narva. Narva versus Turova. 24-22. Yeah, I'm sure. Never heard of her. And she's probably like 2250 now. The good old 40k factor for you. 1.2. So knight g5 is really engine move. Engine. No. And f4 is not the engine move. No, it is. So here's where I spent all my time. I sat for how long? On giving up my center. I spent 3 minutes on giving up my center. It's not a pleasant decision for black. Best. I could have castled queenside, but I was afraid of the pin. I figure Arsenal is like gonna do like knight b4 or something. You know, if I castle queenside, this is extremely scary, dude. That's really, really scary. So I did a6. It looks like I played the best I could from that position. And the point was, I was planning on playing king d8, but then I realized like you could just leave the knight there. I was terrified of like just moving the bishop back. But maybe I misevaluated I saw this. I saw I couldn't take my knight. It should be my knight. Yeah, I could have played that. But the point was, my point was that I thought that I could take your knight and play like something stupid here. Like not seeing I was just getting mated. You know? That's pretty dumb. Yeah, I imagine you could play a4. You could play anything. Except for that. No, it doesn't work. Because I go back here. Too fancy. Anyway, you got the slightly better ending. This is more than slightly better. I had another move. Oh, I could have gone king d8. I should have gone king d8 anyway. Alright, yeah. So the ending's really good for you. What did you do wrong? You traded queens. Yeah, never trade queens. But what choice do you have? Wait a second. Oh, you mean you could take on c6 and play like queen a5 or something? Yeah, the engine wants to keep the queens on the board, dude. But I don't think it's that obvious. I don't think you should like kick yourself for missing this. I mean, it's probably like queen a5 or something, or maybe queen g4. I don't know, queen h3. Queen h3 or queen a5. Alright. Yeah, it's a better try. I already played Leon. Resident Spectator, too late, too big. Too late, too big. I've only got time for like 2 more games. Probably. Yeah, thanks, Arsenal. I didn't remember that bishop e6. I thought you made a mistake allowing bishop e6. You guys don't have to play like extremely weird moves, you know. Dubious. Dubious, sir. That's just bad, right? How bad is it? 85. F6. She was a professional wrestler. Arsenal told me. It was good training for his martial arts. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. This is just like a really dumb opening for white. It says weird openings, not like ridiculous openings. Guys, please support my efforts to go to World Senior, become a Grandmaster. You're trying to get into November Las Vegas event. You know, there's also a tournament in Vegas after Christmas. Acerbate. But this one's probably better. I think the one's organized by that guy, Alan Losoff. Yeah, that would be better. You should prefer to do that. Continental Chess runs a tournament in Vegas in December, but that's not as friendly. I would say you'd be better off playing in the Losoff tournament. It's more friendly. But I don't like Goichberg and his Continental Chess. I told you guys how I got food poisoning in the first round of a tournament. And I mean, maybe I'm wrong. People have told me, like, I'm wrong. Some people think I'm wrong. The time that I played Lenderman and I got food poisoning in the first round during my game, like, in the opening, I'm like vomiting, projectile vomiting in the first like 12 moves of the first round. Spending half the game in the bathroom, half the opening in the bathroom. And I went to the tournament director and I was like, would you let me like withdraw from the tournament and give me half my entry fee back? I've played in like 50 of your tournaments over the last 10 years. And the guy was like, nope, no refunds. I didn't even want a refund. I said, would you give me credit to play in another tournament? So that's basically continental chess. He was like, nope. He wouldn't give me credit, or even half a credit, for an entry fee. I thought it was pretty gross, you know. And it made me like destroy my rating. I was so pissed. I went back after vomiting, lost the game in like 30 moves. And so I was so pissed that instead of withdrawing from the tournament, which I should have done, I wanted to like get back at the tournament director. And so I stayed in and like scored a half point out of 5. And lost like 40 ELO points, 60 USCF points. That was the November before I moved to Hungary in 2004. I basically like lost 40 to 60 rating points in one tournament. Masturbate, play in the November one. Don't support continental chess. If you have a choice. Oh, Resident Spectator. Yeah, I can't take any more challenges. Resident Spectator feels like he jumped in front of the other challenge. Yeah, you gotta be early on Wednesdays. I have to leave in half an hour. I mean, it's possible that I'll get to both those challenges if one of the games is quick. And Repun is playing this silly opening. Which is really pretty dubious. But I thought it was really gross. You know, some people are like, no, that's the rules. No exceptions. Dude, you run a business and someone's been your customer for like 50 tournaments, a faithful customer, and then they have an exceptional situation and ask for a break and you don't give it to him. That's gross. I was like, dude, I'm never gonna play in your tournaments if I can avoid it. I ended up playing another one or two of his tournaments after that, because it's the only game in town, but I'm not happy about it, you know. It's not like, oh, I got a lost position, I'm gonna pretend I had food poisoning and ask for a refund. That's not real. That's not happening. Nobody would do that. You know? I had a bad start. I want a refund. The guy didn't even want to listen to me. I wonder if I just wasted a tempo with rook b8 or not. This rook just badly placed. Should have been on c8 here. Clearly. He can't play g3. He wants to play g3, but knight d4 looks very strong. Yeah. Well, I mean, he played an absurd opening. I mean, knight a3 in itself isn't that bad, right? It's the second move that's really bad. This is a really big mistake. You could kind of justify maybe knight a3 if you're patient. Even like c3. Or doubling the pawns isn't so bad. I'm not sure. What would the computer play? Like b3? Probably. Keeping the structure in line. But I didn't really want to waste time on rook b8. I could have played a6 instead, but obviously if I play a6 instead, yeah, he can play, I can play b5 there. Yeah, it was better. It was better to just play a6. Because after a4 I have b5. He can't take twice on b5 without dropping his rook. But again, I'm like losing my focus. It's hot, it's distracting, I didn't sleep well. You got indigestion, I had to go. ST Brown must be like my dad's age. I haven't heard that in a long time. Bicarbacils. That's like the precursor of Tums. We're going back to the 80s now. Early 80s. Speaking of Ronald Reagan, I remember that. Was it like a prescription, or that was over the counter? You don't hear of that anymore. It's just basically antacid, right? No, it's an antacid. I try to avoid taking them though. They're kind of like you become dependent on it. Don't drink a lot of orange juice. I would say knight d1. Orange juice, wine, lots of good acidic drinks. This looks bad now. You think? I can screw up any position. Of course it's bad. Knight before tempting. Well, he's gonna play queen c1, I guess. The problem is, Arsenal, if I play knight before I give up control of the e5 square, you know, I might regret that one day. Impulse control. How's your impulse control, Ars? Good? You good? You good with the impulse control? I'm beginning to like it more now. It's like an improved version. Arsenal bait. Arsenal and Asterbait. That's why these guys are good players. They're specialists in impulse control. Got to cut back on the Cialis. Shit. I thought I had bishop e4, but he just plays d3. Oh man. But still, it's probably not bad for black. But what do I do there? Oh, the queen a5 move. And then bishop c3. Arsenal got me into this. It was his idea to play knight b4. Why do I listen to you? Oh yeah, but my knight is on b4. Why did I put it on b4? That didn't help. If I can't do anything now, don't need to rush. Bishop f5 loses a piece. This is ridiculous. He's up to 5 minutes versus 3 now. I just misplaced 2 of my pieces. Well, one anyway. One temporarily, another temporarily. I achieved nothing with this. Bishop g6, knight h4. Knight d5 drops a piece as well. So what did that whole adventure like achieve me? Nothing, really. Wait, it's an almost perfect position. It's just that his knight is on the wrong square. Children, we only have time for one more game. Is Luke AK? Is Luke SK a subscriber? Luke's. Is Skywalker? Skywalker. Anyway, Morales is too late. Always late. Late is on time. Lord Teddy is Benutster's name, right? You're actually from position? What are you doing? What do you mean from position? What is that? You set up a from position? Alright. I only have time for one more game, so you guys can flip a coin. Fight it out amongst yourselves. Who the next player is. Jeez. Louise. I won't tolerate knight e4. I'm telling you right now. That ain't happening. Are you crazy? Yeah. I want to play queen f6. Wait, 95? Stupid ideas. Okay, I don't know. I'm like brain dead. Black's just better. I'm just taking the next challenge on the list. Unless they're not a subscriber. Is Luke Skywalker a subscriber? Who's Luke Skywalker? Luke, are you here? Show yourself, spirit. How does Ripun Bansal have 4 minutes to 1? The theme of the day is to play unusual openings, not like thematic challenges. This was too extreme, though. Like, please don't play, like, knight a3, h4 against me. I don't think we get a lot of value out of that. Oh my god. e4? This is a terrible idea. That's fortunate. He should have taken with a knight, I think. He could have taken with the knight. That's your, like, worst piece, man. It's, like, been a problem the whole game. It was on d1, now it's on c3, blocking all your pieces. I take here, it's a no-brainer. You have to take with a knight. It's a miracle, like, I did that. That was such a stupid move. I should have played f4 or just, like, kept the tension. Maybe king h8. Anything was better than taking. Pawn takes c4, knight takes c4, knight takes c4, pawn takes c4. Yes, black's still better. But at least I freed your position slightly. I think you gotta take with the knight. Oh no. Oh no. Holy God. He's just trying to win on time. Dude, it's like a simul nightmare. Ripun, you've degenerated back to the trying to win on time game. I don't like it. Ask me, what are you talking about? What we used to call strategy is tactics. Sounds like a lot of mumbo jumbo to me, man. I told you to stop subscribing to newsletters from iChess. Asterbate. Bishop g6. Yeah. Oh yeah. What? He had rook d7. Rook d7 was really interesting. I don't know if I had the time to figure it out. I probably have something there. Thanks to Juicebox Wizard for the donation of a couple gift subs today. Proclata rated with a party of 1. I missed that completely. Strife with cons. Rife. Your other Rife. You have that move? Master has that move? Wow. It's actually getting away. He's strife with cons. Rook takes g7. Cons with strife. How did white, like, not get mated? Wait, he's up the exchange? What? White's actually up the exchange? That's really possible? That's crazy. Crazy! He's not lost, is he? Everything's fine. He won my bishop. He just won my bishop. Game over. Yeah, I just hung all my pieces. Pretty interesting game. She sees everything. Really amazing. I don't know, man. Something weird about this game. What just happened? I guess this will be our last game for today after all. I didn't expect it to be like 17 years. He should have resigned like on move 6. Whoa. That's a draw? Arsenal, are you sure about that? You might want to recheck with the opening, with the table base. Now, if I were to like let him like sack his rook. Are you sure that's a draw? I can't get back and win? Yeah, man. I mean, I think I'm getting back and winning this. My bishop cuts this diagonal, and I'm getting back over there in time. That's not a draw. White is lost here. If I can do my bishop and knight checkmate. All right, but no, I mean if I'm far enough out, you know, maybe it is. I guess my king is like way the hell out there. If you put the black king on H1. I wouldn't be entirely surprised if it could be a draw. Even there, it's like tricky. Yeah, obviously if you give him a good king and give me a bad king, like put his king on c4, my king's on h1, yeah, it's probably a draw somehow. Alright guys, I'm going to take off. I gotta go. I don't have time for another long game. Gotta go. That game wasn't supposed to be that long. We're completely winning, but he came back. Here I can't believe it, you know. How did you get away? How did he get away here? He was supposed to be checkmated. By the way, you know, like I said, White has to take with a knight on e4. After this, you're lost. I guess I misplayed this. I was afraid of e5. Knight h5, e5. But I didn't realize I had bishop takes f3. So I wasted a big fat tempo with bishop c7. Knight h5 question mark? I have a better move here other than knight h5? Like what? b4? Okay. How did you not get checkmated? I just don't understand. This is crazy. I had no time. Rook c8. Okay. Anyway, guys, gotta go. Interesting games today. We'll be back tomorrow. Don't forget to submit your games for our subscriber stream on Thursday night. Thursday night, yeah, something... Well, I don't want to hang my bishop, though. So I had to find, like, rook c8, and I just didn't have the patience. Speaking of impulse control. I mean, I was afraid of this, too. He's got this. I thought I had to do something, like, immediately. So I played queen g1 check. It looks like after king d2, I'm winning, but it's tricky now. I should have played what? King e8 to gain a tempo. Anyway, I'm dropping the bishop. What? I have what? Bishop takes c3, just winning a piece. Okay, it's over. Yeah, just simply forcing line. So rook d7 was a blunder. He should have done his move first. And it's a tense situation, similar to the game. I freaked out, almost lost. It was a horrible game. Thanks for a horrible game. Alright, everybody, we'll be playing tomorrow, or we'll be analyzing tomorrow night. Thank you for the support, guys. Thanks to Arsenal, our junior moderator here on the stream. Guys, check him out. Streaming here on Twitch as well. Guys, Thursday, subscriber stream. See you there. Bye-bye.